Welcome to Yarn Expo exhibition in Surat. We are sitting in the RSB stall. Uh, we are talking to Mr. Aditya Sumani. So, Mr. Aditya, please tell about yourself and what is your role in RSB?
Hi, I am as a director in the company. I am taking care of purchasing and the finance. I have since the beginning I have joined this company.
So, RSB exactly what kind of yarn they manufacture?
We are into 100% cotton yarn. We are we have started this company in 2014. The production started in 2014. Then we did the expansion in 2016. Our currently spindles are 29,040, and we have TFO. And currently we are making value-added yarn and TFO yarn. In value addition, we are making slub and elite twist and compact yarn.
So, what is your production capacity right?
Daily base, the production capacity is as of now is around 25 to 30 ton in between per day.
20,000?
25 to 30 ton in between per day.
Okay. And any expansion plan in this?
We are planning for knitting, fabric, and TFO. And parallelly, we are more looking towards the sustainability in terms of power. We have already one wind unit. We have solar on our roof, and now we are planning more solar on land for our own captive. Our target is to make it at least minimum 90% for renewable energy. 100%. Not possible for 100%, at least 90%.
Okay. So sustainability in your
Sustainability in terms of power,
power.
and even we are more in sustainability in terms of yarn also. We have associated with a lot of brands like Inditex, Primark, and in all other valuations.
Okay. So that is one part. And second, the process also you have the sustainability process.
Yes.
Okay. So in the knitting that you are expanding your value chain. So what type of knitting yarns you are planning to make, like fabrics?
Fabric.
Yes.
Fabric.
So what will be the capacity of that? And
That still is in pipeline. It will take another 6 months to get it freezed. Initially, we are planning for minimum around somewhere around 10 to 12, 15 machines for knittings.
so this will be for your next 6 month plan.
Yes. And plus power. For it.
More power.
More power.
Yes. So this is like you are integrating the value chain from you are moving from yarn to fabrics.
Yes.
So what is inspiring you to move towards the fabrics?
If we see the vision of our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, from farm to fashion, same way we are looking at how much versatile we can expand ourselves in terms of textile value chain. Our great grandfather has started the business for the cotton. They are into ginning. Next generation has enhanced that particular business of ginning and trading. Now we have started spinning. Parallelly, we are looking forward for value chains.
So it's like your generation business. So now you are caught this.
The third generation textile business.
So when the company has started,
Company has started that company is taking care of only cotton trading part and ginning part. That is somewhere around 80s.
so how you are feeling for the third generation? So what is your vision as a third generation?
As looking forward in terms of our generation, we are looking forward to expand in terms of spinning also. Plus, as of now, in terms of fabric, then even we are looking for the garments also.
Okay, great. So government they have already planned what kind of
Still in pipeline.
okay. So maybe 1 or 2 years we will be expecting. That is great. So, as you are a manufacturing company, so how do you do innovation and research in your products and
If you say about in terms of not exactly innovation, in terms of is we see when we have started in 2014, at that point of time we are making only normal commodity yarns. In 16 we have put lycra, slub, twist. We are more into value addition. Basically, not compete with the normal commodity yarn instead of make a value-added yarn. Same way, we have started with the fabric of silk, normal knitted fabric. We'll see in future how we can do value-added in this also. In terms of any innovation, what modernized we can do in that way.
so combination of fibers?
Yes.
So currently, which countries you are exporting?
We are exporting in Europe, North America, Poland, Brazil, and Korea also.
So, this market is very keen about the sustainability, and or they just talk and it is really they mean it.
They are. See, if you make yourself different with others in terms of socially to your team members, infrastructure wise, the quality wise, definitely the Dubai will try to meet you and they will buy yarn from you.
Because there is a lot of competition in India market also.
Yes.
So, how will you survive in this competition market also?
See, if we see in the beginning and from the day, we have put our wind in 2021. We have started our brand. If we see, as of now, we are around 50% of our power is on renewable. This we can say that we are very, in terms of our the competitors, we are 50% in terms of power, we are in on value addition. That way, we are on the society terms, on the emission terms, we are, environment terms, we are supporting our role in that way also.
So, as you are a young entrepreneur, so what is your message to the new entrepreneur coming to the industry? Like a lot of startups are also coming. They are into sustainable yarns and stuff. So what they should take care once they enter into the industry?
If we see as a India, the growth potential of India is in coming years is too high. If we see at the power, the way, the infrastructure, the availability of lands, the labors, the resources, still we can improve a lot in that way. If we compete ourselves to other players in the world, we can go ahead and the strength of in terms of the resources, the bank facilities what we have in India, still a long way to go. The textile is a wide chain. We see as a particular about textile. Nowadays, the quality of fabric in terms of mixture of cotton with other filaments, feel there are a lot of opportunities that we can explore a new fabric, a new garment pattern and so on.
So earlier in the textile, many young people are not joining the industry because of the, a lot of other things because they're not getting high pay as compared to IT or other sector. So what is your take into this?
See, every sector has its own roles. If we say about textile, that is a basic necessity. This is something that has never stopped. In every industry, there is a up and downs. See, if any recession problem in US, this IT sector, many of the sectors that hit directly that because the business related to that particular countries and systems. the textile is something, the way the population increase, the consumption of textile will increase. So this is something, if this is a 365 days business.
So now AI and IT is like a lot of is a part of the system of the company. So how your companies doing in production line or overall in your system you are implementing it?
As of now, we have not implemented any AI system as of now. Lot of machinery people, they are planning that they are doing this. We are still in process to first to evaluate things, see how we can explore this also in our system to get things are more modernized and AI methods, so we can get the things easily.
Okay. So you had participated in this expo, I think, for the second time.
No, this is for the third
Third
time.
time.
Third time.
So how was your response like to your vision?
Very nice, very nice. As Surat is not a cotton market, but still we are trying to explore more. This is the only innovation what we are doing to explore Surat market where cotton makes.
Okay. So you have customers from Surat?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So Surat is also expanding in cotton.
Yes, yes, yes.
So anything else you want to share to the industry that how they should look in the industry, positive side?
See, every industry has its up and downs. From couple of months, textile industry is not doing good, but we are hoping soon that things will change, and this Indian cotton industry will also boom like anything.
So currently, like last is the Bangladesh market has a economic issue. So what is your take on it?
Still, we have to see further because the things are not clear yet. As the new government will form, how the things will move with the Indian government, if any change in the policies, trade, there are a lot of things to understand first. But if we see the Bangladesh market is not, they are not depend on Indians because lot of fabric, yarn. If we see about textile and other commodities also, lot of things go to Bangladesh. Immediately, I don't think any first major priority is to get the things normalized in Bangladesh. That is the first priority. If things get normalized, then only people used to go to the work and they will start doing business.
Even the US election is in a near few months.
Yes.
So what do you expect the economy will change in US also?
I don't think there's much make a much of difference in our textile business because that is not related to much of our textile business for the US elections.
Okay. And the currently world war situation like Russia.
That is happening since last 3 years.
Yes.
The way war has started between Russia and Ukraine,
Yes.
that is also making the things very difficult because 6 months things are normalized, then again after 6 months the sea freights are making bit of difficulties.
Mhm.
That is a challenge the industry is facing because Europe is a very big market for textiles, and we see as already say that fashion starts from Europe. And then these people are busy in war, then it's very difficult for the industry to face. First things, even the geopolitical situation if get normalized, then only the whole industry will can run comfortably.
So the only solution is what Israel, because Europe is also affected. So any solution for this?
It all depends on the prime minister of each country.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Aditya. Thank you so much for your time and everything.